Chance to go undefeated would mean the chance to do something great that a lot of teams haven't done before.
Winning a national championship would mean the world because it's something I've been working on since I was 6 years old.
Beautiful looking stroke. Thomas with the jam. Bring it on, big man! Pointe, Loma going to the national championship. Northwest Missouri State undefeated and going to the national championship game. We were born for this. We were born for this. CBS Sports presents the NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Championship, presented by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Today, for the D2 crown, Pointe Loma, the 6th seed, takes on undefeated Northwest Missouri State. In this game, you'll see the D2 Player of the Year, a young man who's receiving NBA interest, Dalton Thomas, against a talented freshman from Northwest in Trevor Hudgens, who had 27 in the semifinal win on Thursday night. I'll look at the brackets in Division II, and it was a 10-point win for Pointe Loma, moving on to face the top seed Northwest Missouri State here today. And hi everyone, welcome to Evansville, Indiana with former Villanova coach Steve Lapis. I'm Andrew Catalan. Jenny Dell is with us as well. It's a great day of college basketball, and it starts on CBS right now with us crowning a champion, Coach.
Well, you think about this. Back in October, 300 D2 teams started practicing. We've come down to this. 2 teams, 1 title at stake, and we're going to know in 2 hours. Let's bring it on right now.
And 0 losses for Northwest Missouri State. They are undefeated, and they get it done on both ends of the floor.
No doubt about it. They have been great offensively all year because to be undefeated, you have to be great on both ends. But it's their defense that has been great in this Elite 8. They're only giving up 53 points a game. And like most great defensive teams, they put good pressure on the ball, and they always see the ball and see their man. But they know how to take advantage of passing lanes. Trevor Hudgens here, their terrific point guard, is going to make this steal and go all the way. They get some points off their defense, no doubt.
Pointe Loma can really shoot it. What do they do best offensively?
Great spacing on offense. This team is very unselfish, and they love to get the ball into one of their 2 low-post players. They lead the nation in points on passes out of the post. They also cut very well and are very unselfish. This team is very tough in the half court offensively.
Should be a good one coming up on CBS. Starting lineups, opening tip coming your way right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Evansville, Indiana for the Division II Men's Basketball National Championship. And now let's meet the teams. First, the Pointe Loma Sea Lions. Deep 3. Good! Thomas 3. Looking and wow, what a feed, Senior. Beverly, the reverse lay-in for the senior. Oh! Starting today for the number 6 seed, Pointe Loma Sea Lions. At guard, a senior from La Habra, California, number 3, Josh Rodriguez. At guard, a senior from Vancouver, Washington, number 11, Tanner Nelson. At center, a senior from Washington, North Carolina, number 23, Ziggy Satterwhite. At forward, a junior from Linden, Washington, number 34, Dalton Thomas. And at forward, a senior from Wildemar, California, number 1, Preston Beverly. the head coach of the Sea Lions, Ryan Looney. Now, let's meet the Northwest Missouri State Bearcats.
Comes in again. Puts him on a poster. Right past him.
Boy, this guy is a jet. Starting today for the #1 seed, Northwest Missouri State Bearcats. At forward, a junior from Parkville, Missouri, number 44, Ryan Welty. At forward, a sophomore from Atlantic, Iowa, number 33, Ryan Hawkins. At guard, a freshman from St. Joseph, Missouri, number 1, Diego Bernard. At guard, a redshirt freshman from Manhattan, Kansas, number 12, Trevor Hudgens. And at guard, a senior from Chanhassen, Minnesota, number 30, Joey Wittis. The head coach of the Bearcats, Ben McCollum. And our Jenny Dell is with both head coaches, Ryan Looney and Ben McCollum.
All right, Coach, looking to close out an undefeated season. What do the Bearcats need to do today to finish with a national championship title?
Play really, really well. We'll do what we've done the whole season and just compete, and that's really all you can ask for. I mean, you can't really change much now after this long a season.
Good luck, Coach. Coach Looney, this is your first national championship appearance. What would a win today mean for the Sea Lions program?
It means so much for our players. It's been a short journey over 3 years to get to this point. I'm excited for them to have this opportunity, but what a huge day for our university.
Good luck out there.
Thank you.
Looney's third year as head coach, but only the 5th year that Pointe Loma has been D2 eligible. Prior to that, they were an NAIA school. Good crowd in Evansville. There are a number of Northwest Missouri State fans who made the approximately 7.5-hour trip from Maryville, Missouri. But Pointe Loma well represented as well. Even though San Diego is close to 2,000 miles away, a number of Sea Lion fans are here, and there are 25 watch parties across 12 different states to watch this championship game, rooting on the Sea Lions. Randall Anders, Chris Hudson, Michael Griffith are today's officials. And we are underway in Evansville. Pointe Loma in the green uniforms. They control the opening tip.
And one thing we will see, both these teams play primarily man-to-man defense, and both are very good at it. The other thing to watch in this game, two of the best half-court offensive teams in the country. Pointe Loma, number 17. And you see that defense there by Northwest Missouri State. Pointe Loma, number 17 in half-court offense. Northwest Missouri State, number 1 in half-court offense.
Ryan Hawkins got a hand on that one. The shot clock is at 10. First ever meeting between these two schools. Rodriguez driving, trying to use the glass, and he does.
Rodriguez made the biggest shot of the game in the semifinals the other day, a little floater in the lane, so he likes to get in the lane and make those shots.
That was not an easy game for Pointe Loma. They played Southern Indiana, which is located here in Evansville. There was a crowd of about 6,000. It was basically a road game for Pointe Loma, and they won by 10.
That was a tough environment for these kids to have to play when they think they're going to be in a neutral court.
Here's the senior Preston Beverly, guarded by Hawkins. Beverly comes up short, and Hawkins with his 328th rebound of the season. That is a school record at Northwest Missouri State. Here is Wittis, handing off Bernard. They work it around Welty, who's a good three-point shooter. Bernard takes it in for 2.
What a great cut. One thing about Bernard, he is so fast and he just got in the lineup today. He's been hurt. He was hurt in the Elite Eight quarterfinal game.
Did not play Wednesday night in the quarterfinals because of a calf injury. Came off the bench in Thursday's semifinal win, and he's back in the starting lineup tonight.
Those two guards are freshmen, and they are terrific on both ends.
Great feed, Rodriguez to Ziggy Satterweight.
You know, this Pointe Loma team is kind of old-fashioned. They play with two inside guys who don't really shoot threes. Both, they throw it into the post a lot, whereas Northwest Missouri will play five guys out because they can all shoot.
Here's Wittes. He can shoot 44% from deep.
Yeah, this is going to be a challenge for Beverly and Satterweight to go out and chase the 4 and 5 men of Northwest Missouri State.
And Wittes also playing with an injury today, suffered a left hip pointer in the quarterfinals on Wednesday. And Satterweight, nice move, can't finish inside.
And as you've seen already, they've thrown the ball into the post 3 times in this game. They love to get Satterweight. He's got a good move. That was a good up and under, just didn't finish it.
Here's Bernard going right to the hoop again, and you talked about his speed, showing it off there.
And right now, you see he's going left all the time. So if you're Pointe Loma, you got to make him go to his right hand.
Pointe Loma has won 11 games in a row. Last loss was Valentine's Day against Hawaii Hilo. That three won't go for Rodriguez, and an easy rebound for Hawkins. Northwest Missouri State looking for its second title in the last 3 years. They won it in 2017 in Sioux Falls.
A lot of pick and roll offense they run. This kid scores over 20 points a game. He's involved with 20 points. There's Wittes again.
Second three already for Wittes. He now has 112 on the season.
Trevor Hudgens produces 20 points a game, either scoring or passing out of pick and rolls.
8-0 run for the Bearcats, and their fans are loving it here in Evansville. Satterweight to the ground, gets it over to Hamas. Hamas yet to attempt a shot. He's the D2 player of the year. Counted in one for Ziggy. And that'll quiet the Bearcats fans.
Yeah, this team is so good, as we said, at getting the ball inside. And one thing about Hawkins, he's the best defender in the league. He was the most outstanding defender in the MIAA conference. He's got to get in front of Satterweight and not allow him to bury him that deep.
Pointe Loma went to the free throw line 30 times in Thursday night's win over Southern Indiana. Satterweight was 4 out of 5 on Thursday. And a chance for a three-point play.
And you know, when you're Ryan Looney, you have two guys that have to chase 2, 4, and 5 men on the perimeter. So what are you going to do? You're going to get it inside early to make them have to pay for playing the way they play.
Satterweight, a senior from Washington, North Carolina, transferred from North Idaho in his second and final season with Pointe Loma.
Pick and roll almost every possession because you got a kid like this.
Hudgens gets to the hoop, can't finish, and Satterweight is able to come away with it for the Sea Lions. Here's Dalton Hamas, D2 Player of the Year. Every NBA team has been scouting him this season. There's a lot of talk of what he will do. He's just a junior, what he will do after this game. He's been just focused on the task at hand, but he'll have a lot of decisions coming up as we have a timeout on the floor. 15:35 to go in the Division II championship game. First half action on CBS. Northwest Missouri State is located in Maryville, Missouri, about 90 miles north of Kansas City. Tremendous football program. They've won 6 national titles. Pointe Loma is located in San Diego. Beautiful campus. Enrollment just over 4,600. Just their 5th season eligible for the Division II playoffs after coming over from NAIA. And right now on campus in San Diego, there's the watch party. All gathered to see if the Sea Lions can win a national title. Meanwhile, one of our camera operators, Scott Malinkov, he's wearing his shirt. He graduated Northwest Missouri State in 1992. To keep an eye on Scott, make sure he's not getting too many sea lion
He's got to work
shots.
a little bit too.
Yeah. Apparently not afraid to show that he went to school there. 4-point lead for the Bearcats. Over the last 3 years, Northwest Missouri State is 99-5. Ben McCollum has done a tremendous job. Former Bearcat player, now in his 10th season as head coach.
7 NCAA tournaments in those 10 years. Very aggressive, doubling off these pick and rolls.
Ball was kicked. There's McCollum, who was hired at the age of 27. Here's Rodriguez. He'll take that jumper and knock it down.
Josh Rodriguez.
Interesting that they have not gotten Hamas a touch yet, really, in this game.
Yeah, has not attempted a field goal. Averages 21 points per game.
If you're going to hedge pick and rolls against this team, you better get back quickly.
Touchings with the triple.
3 points.
Two excellent three-point shooting teams. Northwest Missouri State 11th in the country. And Thomas has the flush. This Pointe Loma Sea Lions, number 2 in the country, shooting 41% from deep. There's Bernard underneath the basket, and the reverse won't go. Pointe Loma's used the same starting lineup every game this year. 4 seniors and a junior. 4 of the 5 are transfers, but Ryan Looney has so much trust in this veteran unit.
And Ryan Welty doing a great job on Hamas so far. Can't get a shot.
Satterweight, no. Hawkins the board. Well, Northwest Missouri State, they'll play it slow. In the NCAA tournament, they average 63 possessions per game. During the regular season, no Division II team averaged fewer than 69 possessions per game. So they're very comfortable walking it up.
Pointe Loma substitutions.
Take a look at the great spacing that Northwest Missouri State gets here on their team. Here's where all their guys are. Outside the three-point line, and now they're going to look. They're very good at finding each other. Good job by Hudson spotting up, and Withers finding it.
4 assists on 5 field goals early on for the Bearcats. Moving around well. Here's Willis, who's got a couple of threes. Driving in with the left hand, no.
Oh, wow.
And a late whistle. And the Pointe Loma fans don't like that call.
Personal foul, Pointe Loma.
Wow.
Beverly. His first personal.
They called on number 1, Beverly. I mean, he laid his hand on him, but that would seem much there. And it's a shooting foul.
Wow.
So it's 2 for Wittes, who's an 85% free throw shooter. And Wittes, with that injured left hip, certainly looks okay so far in this one. If you want your sports news without the yelling and fake debates, stream CBS Sports HQ, the free 24/7 network. For more highlights, analysis, and picks, download the CBS Sports app today.
That was a tough call to take, no doubt.
First foul on Beverly. 5-point game, 13:30 to go, first half. Pointe Loma, the 7th different West champion in the last 7 years, as Hamas misfires and the long rebound to Hawkins.
Wow. Now that could have been a foul.
On Beverly, too. Hutchins in the corner, 3-ball, won't go. As Welty could not knock it down. Pointe Loma tied for a school record with 31 victories this year, matching the 52-53 team.
Normally this team reverses the ball like they are doing as good as anybody that you'll see anywhere in basketball. Great move by Hamas.
And the finish for Dalton Hamas.
I mean, you see right now, they've got 3 guys that they will put in the low post at any time. That's where they do a lot of their damage.
Of the 6 field goals for Pointe Loma, 5 have come in the paint. They were plus 14 in the paint Thursday night against Southern Indiana. Wittes off-balance shot won't go, and there's Hamas for the board.
Pointe Loma also does a very good job of defending the paint. They put their heels on the three-point line and don't let you drive it.
Hamas guarded by Welty. Rolls it into his buddy from elementary school, Sterling Summers. Those two grew up together in Linden, Washington. Now 5 on the shot clock. McKenzie 3 is good. He was just 1 of 10 from deep in the NCAA tournament, but the freshman hits his first attempt of the day.
He's capable because he's a 43% shooter during the season.
First triple today for the Sea Lions. Welty cuts and finishes. Welty's been quiet this week in Evansville. 3 points in the quarterfinals and held to 3 again in the semifinals. But a dunk here to put the Bearcats back up by 2. And a foul on the perimeter is going to go on Northwest. Championship game on CBS. The D2 title between Pointe Loma and Northwest Missouri State.
Welcome back to the Ford Center. The Sea Lions down by 2. Now, can you imagine getting set up to play one-on-one with an NBA All-Star? Well, that's exactly what happened to Dalton Hamas last summer. So Gordon Hayward of the Boston Celtics, he was rehabbing that gruesome leg and ankle injury, needed someone to practice with. Well, it turns out he has the same trainer as Hamas. So Hamas became the first player to have consistent one-on-one battles with Hayward and helped him prepare for his comeback. I spoke with Hayward. He told me he was very impressed by Hamas. When I asked if he could see Dalton in the NBA someday, Hayward said he's got all the tools, the size, he can shoot. In this day and age, being able to space the floor and be big like that, I see potential. Now, Hamas said he was just happy to be a part of the rehab process and that it was a really good experience to go against someone so established. And guys, Hayward's been keeping up. He told me Dalton's had a killer year. I'm rooting for him all the way.
Yeah, Jenny, every NBA team has scouted Dalton Hamas this year. He's a junior, and his options for next year are intriguing as Beverly misfires. He could be a Division I grad transfer if he chooses. He could turn pro, NBA, overseas. He could stay at Pointe Loma. He hasn't commented much about his future, only focusing on this game and this season.
The fact that he's got the size and such a quick release and the way he shoots it, there's a place for him in basketball after college.
2-point game as we approach the midway point of the first half. Bernard step back 3. And the offensive rebound to Welty.
Bernard is the weakest three-point shooter on the team, and he's 33%. That's passable. The rest of these guys are over 40.
All 5 starters for the Bearcats have hit at least 43s this season. And it's a new starting lineup. They lost 3 senior starters off last year's team. Hawkins doesn't get the high bounce. Welty fighting for another board. Tangled up, and a foul is called on Welty.
Wow, that was great hustle by Ryan Welty that time. I don't know. That's not a foul. They both had their hands on the ball. You have a right to continue to fight for it. He didn't push him or anything. Wow.
That's the second foul on Ryan Welty, so he goes to the bench.
He is the leading active three-point shooter in all Division II, 51% for his career. Not having him out there definitely hurts their offense in the half court.
Kirk Finley is coming to the game to replace Welty, who sits with those 2 fouls.
Finley guarding Hamas in the low post. They need to get him a touchdown.
There's Rodriguez cutting through the lane. Fans wanted to travel, no call. Rodriguez couldn't get it done. And the rebound secured by Joey Wittes. Wittes, an NABC All-American and the Conference Player of the Year for Northwest Missouri State.
Nobody in the lane right now. 5 guys out on the perimeter for Northwest Missouri State.
Clean game so far. No turnovers in this one.
Well, Northwest Missouri State averaged like 7.5. I've never seen that.
There we go. Obviously, we jinxed it. A travel is called and a turnover by the Bearcats.
We're talking about how they lead Division II, only 7.5 turnovers a game, and as soon as you say it, they turn it over.
9 minutes to go first half.
Let's keep an eye. They got Finley on Hamas, much smaller than Roby is. Not as good a matchup defensively.
And a foul is called on Finley.
The personal foul, Northwest Missouri State, number 5, Finley. His first personal.
See, that's a good call because Finley invaded his space. That's a good call. That's a rule that they're looking at this year. They got to give the offensive player room to dribble, pass, or pivot. That's a good call.
And the officials are going to go to the monitor to see if there was anything flagrant, but doesn't look like there was much contact there.
No, I don't think so. And like I said, that was a good call on Finley for invading the space of Hamas. Right here, he's going to step into him. No, he's making a basketball play there. He's not trying to throw that elbow.
Gene Steratore, our rules analyst in New York. What do you see here, Gene?
I think what we first look at, guys, defense white number 5. He's in the cylinder of the offensive player, so he has put himself in that position. When that offensive player upwardly swing moves at that point to move away, it is a basketball move. So he is making a basketball move. Now, with those two things in play, the contact that he takes to his face, the severity of that, they will use that only a little bit. It feels like a basketball-related play where the defender has put himself into that area, and I would go with a basketball player if I were working that.
All right, Gene, thank you. We're still waiting for our crew, Randall Anders, Chris Hudson, and Michael Griffith, to make the call here. And now they're going to come over.
Call on the floor is a cylinder foul. We're staying with the cylinder foul. That's the call on the floor.
All right, Gene, you nailed it. Foul on the floor and nothing else.
And I think that's a great explanation by that official. And I think the cylinder is the most important part of that. When that defender puts himself that close to the offensive player, he is now putting himself in jeopardy to be contacted. And the basketball player with the ball above his head as well is just trying to make a basketball move. I think it's a really good ruling by these officials.
Yes, that was excellent. I agree.
Thank you, Gene. Team foul number 5 on the Bearcats. Hamas won't go. Tipped out. Right back to Hamas.
Boy, they are closing out on Hamas so fast. Great defense by Hawkins.
Hamas trying to rip it back away. And a tie-up. The possession arrow favors the Bearcats.
Boy, they're making life very difficult for Dalton Hamas right now. That time, Ryan Hawkins, the Defensive Player of the Year in the MIAA. Great job.
And McCollum's team, they have to get their offense going. First 5 minutes, Northwest Missouri State scored 13 points. Last 6.5 minutes, they've only scored 4.
But you know, Andrew, as I know, that Pointe Loma is a very good defensive team. And that both these teams, they don't get much in transition. This is going to be a grind-it-out, half-court game.
Wittes on the attack and a foul. That's going to go on Sterling Summers, his first.
No help comes on the baseline. Wow, I don't know if I saw anything there either.
2 free throws, Northwest Missouri State, number 30, Joey Wittes.
Wittes makes the first free throw. Suffered a left hip pointer in the game against Mercyhurst. That was Wednesday night here in Evansville. And then in the semis on Thursday, he started against St. Anselm. Only played 4 minutes in the first half. We spoke with him yesterday. He said that he went back in the locker room after those first 4 minutes. Training staff worked on him the entire remainder of the first half. And he was able to play in the second half. He finished with 13 points and looks good so far today. He's already got 10.
That time, Ryan Hawkins fronting Satterweight in the post. They couldn't get the ball into him. Great steal. He's 10th in the nation in steals.
Hawkins all the way. Finley fighting for the rebound. Rodriguez has it. Pointe Loma has turned it over on 2 straight possessions. They trail by 4.
They've got to find a way to get Hamas going in this game. He should be the difference. He's supposed to be the best player on the floor. And Finley is really doing a great job on him. He's much smaller.
Shot clock's at 5. Rodriguez way off the mark. Satterweight the offensive board. A fresh shot clock. Rodriguez doesn't wait. Hoists up a 3. Beverly cleans it up inside.
This team is number 6 in Division II in rebound margin. They out-rebound their opponents by 10 a game. Getting on the glass is a big part of their game.
They had missed 6 straight field goals until the putback by the senior Beverly at Wildomar, California. And we have a whistle inside. It takes us to a timeout. Northwest Missouri State on top by 2. Back in Evansville with our game summary. Northwest Missouri State leading Pointe Loma by 2. Turnovers at a minimum. Joey Wittes already with 10 points. But as you pointed out, the defense has been tremendous, especially on Dalton Hamas. He's scoreless in the last 5 minutes and 45 seconds.
Yeah, and they've done a great job of making him do what he's doing right there, which is put the ball on the floor. This is a guy that you want to see dribble. You don't want him to have the space where he can catch and shoot the ball because he's a tremendous three-point shooter. He's only attempted 1 3-point shot in the game. You've heard the term, Andrew, chase the guy off the line. They're chasing him off the line by making him drive into the lane. That's good defense by Northwest Missouri State.
Just 4 points so far for the D2 Player of the Year. It was announced on Friday. He will receive his award at the Final Four next week in Minneapolis. Here's Hudgens at the line. And Monday on CBS, it's the Can't Miss hit comedy starring Cedric the Entertainer and Max Greenfield. Come on over to The Neighborhood, Monday at 8/7 Central, only CBS. Let's check in with Jenny Dell.
I was in the Sea Lions huddle. The team clearly frustrated about some of the officiating. Ziggy Satterweight said, "We can't afford to complain about the calls. This is the last game of the year. We need to focus, guys." Coach Looney really stressing offensively they need to demand their spots. They're scheming ways to get Dalton Hamas open. And defensively, Coach said we need to do a better job at helping each other out. Coach told his team, catch your breath. We've got a long game ahead of us, boys.
And he got himself open there, knocking down the 3.
Yeah, I mean, he also knocked down Finley while it was at him. I mean, I thought that could have been a charge, easy.
One way to get open.
But he is a tremendous shooter.
Wittes, the feed to Hudgens, and that's the first assist for the Bearcats in the last 8.5 minutes. 3-point game as we approach 6 minutes to go in the first half. Pointe Loma, the first team from the West region to play in the title game since 2012 when Western Washington won it as Beverly connects.
And you see this team time after time, whether it's Satterweight, whether it's Beverly, can go into the post with either one of those guys. This team runs a great motion on it, great screen there.
Hawkins, offensive foul. Ben McCullum does not like that one.
Offensive foul.
Let's take a look at Dalton Hamas' 3. It's great defense by Finley. Oh boy, I don't know about that one. Hudgens comes over and gets a hand up, but too late.
They're loving it back on campus in San Diego, and here's the offensive foul that was called. It was Tanner Nelson drawing the charge. Hawkins picks up his second. He stays on the floor with 5.5 to go in the first.
I don't know about that one. They need him. Now Welty's out. He's a great defender. They got 2 guys with 2 fouls, and he's a defensive player. I think he's got to come out.
Nelson 3. And there is Hawkins for the board.
You know, in this situation, you're Hawkins. control what you do on defense. You worry about getting a charge or something on offense.
It's amazing the Bearcats can play at this slow pace, yet average 82 points per game. And 5 times this year, they've scored 100 points in a game. Bernard lost it out of bounds.
That's what happens when you're the most efficient offensive team in the country. You turn the ball over 7 times, it's like they score, shoot 53% from the field. This team scored like every time down.
Ben McCollum spent 2 years as a player at Northwest Missouri State, a 51-12 record, native of Storm Lake, Iowa. Back-to-back turnovers for his team. Hamas fadeaway, no, and Bernard is there for the rebound.
If you make Hamas shoot fadeaways from 16 feet, you've done a great job defensively, especially if you're 6'4", and he's 6'8".
Finley. And it's stolen away by Beverly. Bad pass there by Kirk Finley.
When you leave your feet, you can't pass the ball.
Turnover number 4 by the Bearcats. Remember, they average 7 a game.
Beverly wants him to throw it to the wing, and then he's posting up.
Beverly, baseline, lays it in.
Preston Beverly.
Beverly at 22 in the quarterfinals against Queens. And the fans back on campus hoping for a national title. And this is the first lead for Pointe Loma since it was 4-2. Bernard, and he's fouled. Hamas commits the foul. Bernard will go to the line when we come back.
Pointe Loma, Northwest Missouri State. We got a great one going right now. 24-23.
Back in Evansville, and it could be a historic day in multiple ways for Northwest Missouri State, looking for their second national title in the last 3 years. If they win, their 38 victories would tie a Division II record, which was set last year by Ferris State. And they would be just the 5th Division II team to complete an undefeated season with a national championship. It was 10 years ago the last time when Finley did it in 2009. Northwest Missouri State over the last 7 minutes and 40 seconds, only 1 field goal and 4 turnovers. As Bernard makes the first free throw.
Well, you got to give Pointe Loma a lot of credit. Playing that half-court defense, it's a packed-in defense, and they're not giving up any dribble penetration right now, which is always a key against a team like Northwest Missouri State, especially with those 2 guards that can go up the dribble.
First free throw missed today by the Bearcats. They're 7 out of 8. Meanwhile, Pointe Loma's only gone to the line 1 time here in the first.
Hawkins has 2 fouls. He can't foul Beverly.
Beverly has 8 points in the last 4 minutes after he was scoreless the first 12 and a half minutes.
Well, they really are destroying Northwest Missouri State in the paint right now. They have 18 points in there of their 26.
Hutchins back out. Wittes had those 2 early threes, drives in here and lays it off glass. A dozen for Joey Wittes.
Hamas that time needed to give a little help.
Beverly, great pass, wide open is Summers. And the rebound went to Welty, who's back in with 2 fouls. So Ben McCollum has put Welty on the floor with 2, and he's kept Hawkins out there with 2. They have to be careful here in the final 2 and a half. Wittes behind the back, guarded by Summers. Good defense. Hamas comes over to help. Good trap there. Wittes, Welty could not catch it. And a backcourt violation.
Backcourt violation.
Well, you take a look at Dalton Hamas right here. He's got to give a little better help, and it looks like he's going to be able to stop Wittes' drive here, but he goes right through him. You got to move that foot over a little bit and stop the penetration.
Uncharacteristic play by the Bearcats here in the first half. 5 turnovers in the last 7 minutes.
Hamas! Big
for the Player of the Year in D2.
The personal foul, Northwest Missouri State #1, Daniel Bernard. His first personal.
Well, this is a great cut. Bernard has no idea where he is. Dalton Hummus takes him up high, which is the key move there, and then goes the other way to the basket. Great pass and a great finish.
And the three-point play for Hummus, an 83% free throw shooter.
And interesting, Andrew, that Welty is back in the game with 2 fouls.
Replacing 12 McKenzie.
12-5 run for Pointe Loma. Hummus in double figures with 10 points. He's been in doubles every single game this year for the Sea Lions.
I don't know, you have 2 guys in the good pass there and a good cut. You got 2 guys in the game with 2 fouls. This late in the half, I don't know.
Final 2 minutes of the first. Wittes, tough shot, and he gets it to go. Joey Wittes having a big first half. He has carried the Bearcats.
And you know, he's done it in different ways. He's made threes, he's made drives, he's posted up. He's doing a lot for the Bearcats right now.
He's got half their points with 14.
I think you got to go at Hawkins. Go to Satterway.
And now it's Summers, guarded by Welty. And they're saying it's Bearcats basketball.
I'll tell you, Welty took a heck of a chance there, I'll tell you.
Coming up on AT&T at the half, Greg, Clark, and Seth will preview this weekend's regional final games to see whose ticket gets punched to the Final Four. Plus the latest tournament news all coming up on AT&T at the half. Wittes, nice find, off-bound shot by Hudgens, is an air ball.
What about the job they've done in this game on Trevor Hudgens?
Limited to just 7 points so far. And an illegal screen called on Ziggy Satterway. That's his first.
And the thing about Hudgens, he's only been able to take 4 shots in this game, and one of them was that flyer that he just tried, so really good job on him.
Back-to-back turnovers by Pointe Loma. They have 4 here in the half. 15-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. 8 even here in the first. Bernard, tough lay-in for the freshman out of St. Joseph, Missouri.
Great pass there and a terrific cut by Bernard.
And now the Sea Lions can hold for the final shot of the half. They used to be the Crusaders, but in 2004 changed their name to Sea Lions, a mythical lion of the sea. Rodriguez pass stolen. Got plenty of midcourt. Over to Hawkins. Does he get it up? He does. Hits! At the buzzer!
And so, we go to halftime.
And Northwest Missouri State goes into the locker room on a 7-0 run.
Boy, that was a big mistake by Pointe Loma, but give Ryan Hawkins credit. He knew exactly how much time was left. He gathered himself, and he didn't shoot a flyer. Good job by Ryan Hawkins.
That's the end of the first half, with Northwest Missouri State up by 4. Greg Gumbel after these messages. Back in Evansville as we take a look at the Reese's first half stats, and in the last 2 minutes, Pointe Loma turned it over 3 straight times. It led to a 7-0 run by the Bearcats. As we welcome you back courtside with Steve Lapis, I'm Andrew Catalan. We'll hear from Jenny Dell coming up. 2 All-Americans in this game, and so far it's been Joey Wittes outplaying Dalton Hummus.
Yeah, he's been terrific, and not only has he made a couple of threes, I think it's his ability to put the ball on the floor has really hurt Pointe Loma because he's 4 for 4 from the free throw line. We know he's a great three-point shooter, but he also has the ability to put it on the floor and get where he wants to get, which is big. Then you have Pointe Loma. They've been killing it in the paint. 20 of their 29 in there. They started out with Satterwhite, then it ended up with Beverly. They're going to keep throwing it in there early and often. They're a very good three-point shooting team, but they only make 7 a game.
Let's go over to Jenny Dell.
Well, I asked Coach McCollum how to stop the Ski Lions from scoring in the paint, and he laughed and he said, well, that's just what they do. He said they need to work on finding more quality shots and try to speed up Pointe Loma's offense. Speaking of Pointe Loma, Coach Looney told me that they're working on getting Hamas open. He only has 10 points so far, and offensively, he said we need to do a better job of moving the ball. Defensively, he said we need to put them in some compromising positions. Guys, he told his team to focus and enjoy this moment.
20 minutes to a championship. Pointe Loma begins the second half with the ball. They trail by 4.
How about that Diego Bernard on Hamas right now? That's about 6 feet against 6'8". Now, he's a tremendous defender, all-league defense. That's a tough matchup.
Hawkins, the conference defensive player of the year, and he takes it away.
And you saw what Coach Looney was doing right away. They went to the paint again. That time Hawkins with the great defense.
That is now 4 straight turnovers by the Sea Lions going back to the end of the first half. Witt is calling for it. With 7 on the shot clock, drives in, off-balance shot is short, and the loose ball rebound. They go to the floor. Hawkins comes away with it, taken away by Rodriguez.
I don't know why they don't have Welty on Hamas. He did a great job in the first half.
Beverly inside, and now 11 of Pointe Loma's 14 field goals have come in the paint.
First possession, Satterwhite. Second possession, Beverly's holding his hand.
Beverly's got 10 points. He has hit his last 5 shots.
Great defense.
Beverly got a hand on it, takes it away. Hands off Rodriguez, 3-on-2. Hamas. And count it. No! They do count it in the foul. Looked like an offensive foul at first.
I agree. I was totally confused by the referee. He pointed the other way. He gave a charge signal, then he called it good. That was a tough one on me, a little fake. He ran a fake on us that time.
I know. Usually by this time of the season, we're used to it all, but I totally had a false start there.
Well, one thing, I usually know exactly what they're calling by the signal, believe me.
It was the second foul on Wittes, and now Hamas with a chance for a 3-point play. Pointe Loma goes up by 1.
They are really taking away Huggins' left hand, which is very smart by Rodriguez. And that time they let him go there.
And he bounces into Bernard on the block, gets the bounce.
Diego Bernard.
Bernard is a 6-foot guy who does most of his damage around the basket, it seems.
Bernard's sister, Deja, plays women's basketball at Drury. They were the #1 seed in the Division II women's basketball tournament. They lost in the semifinals, so it's been a big week for the Bernard family.
I got to be honest with you, I would post Hamas up every possession as long as Bernard is on. They tried it that time, Bernard fouled him.
Second foul on Bernard. He's given up 8 inches to Hamas, 6'8" against 6 feet.
And like I said, Welty did a very good job in the first one. Now, I know he has 2 fouls, but
5-second call.
5-second violation.
Turnover number 7 by the Sea Lions. Ryan Looney in his 3rd year as the Pointe Loma head coach. He spent 7 years as the head coach at Seattle Pacific. Advanced to the regional final 3 times with Seattle Pacific and lost all 3. He said this season has extra special meaning for his family as Bernard hits from the outside.
I think he got upset because I said he did all this damage around the basket.
He's got a dozen now. That's his season average.
But he's denying Hamas the ball. Great defense. That could have been a charge.
Hamas gets it back and lays it in.
And Ben McCollum singing, there's got to be something there. Something.
15 points for the junior Hamas. Hawkins had it taken away. Satterwhite is right there. First 11 minutes of this game, we didn't have a turnover. And now in the last 13 minutes, the teams have combined for 16 turnovers, 8 apiece. Hudgens to a wide open Welty. Usually makes those, very dependable three-point shooter, and now Rodriguez brings it up the floor. Pointe Loma, back-to-back 20-win seasons for the first time since the mid-'80s. Looney's done a tremendous job. Rodriguez, he'll drive, right past Hudgens, knocks Wittes over. Wittes called for the foul. And that's the third on Joey Wittes.
The personal foul, Northwest Missouri State number 30, Craig Wittes, his third personal, the team's third.
I mean, if that's not a charge, then I don't know what a charge is.
There's a lot of fans wearing green that agree with you here.
That's a tough way to get your third. You know, they got to take him out for a couple minutes.
Wittes scoreless this half.
They got to take him out.
2 fouls in the half.
He's got to come out for at least, I'd say up to the under 12, depending on what happens with that score. But he needs to come out. If he gets 4, he's out of here for 10 minutes.
Still out there.
And he's a driver, so you got to be careful.
Shot clock's at 3. Nelson been quiet so far. Dribbles it out of bounds. And it'll be Northwest basketball when we come back. Things are heating up here in Evansville. A D2 champion will be crowned.
Well, Northwest Missouri State leads Pointe Loma by 2 points, but this half-court offense of Northwest Missouri State, #1 in the nation. Now you take a look at Ryan Welty here in the corner. He sees all that opening in the lane. As soon as he throws the ball back to Hudgens, he's making a beeline for the basket, for the good pass, and he makes the layup. That's why you see this team. They move without the ball. They're terrific passers. #1 half-court offensive team in D2.
10 assists on 13 made field goals. Pep Band is here from Maryville, Missouri. And they're keeping Wittes in the game with 3 fouls, Coach.
Boy, I think that's a tough one. And I said as soon as he got that third that he needs to, if the problem is if he gets a charge, he is going for 10 minutes to sit down without a question.
Ben McCullum has not gone to his bench much at all today. They've only played 6 minutes. 4 starters have gone the whole way, including Hudgens.
Trevor Hudgens.
Good move by Hudgens that time. Get to his left hand.
9 points for the redshirt freshman out of Manhattan, Kansas. There's Beverly guarded by Wittes.
Great cut by Hamas.
Welty got a hand on it. Hamas recovers. Could not finish, and a late whistle and a foul is called. And that's the 15th foul on the Bearcats this half. The 3rd on Hawkins.
Well, you take a look at Dalton Hamas right here. He's going to cut to the basket.
Number 34, Dalton Hamas.
They do a good job of finding him there. That's a tough one.
The Law is their battlefield. Don't miss the series premiere of The Code, Tuesday, April 9th, after NCIS. 17 points for Dalton Hamas. He has 7 of his 17 here in the second half. And less than 5 minutes in, we got a 2-point game. Rodriguez knocks it out. It'll stay with Northwest Missouri State. Ben McCullum does not sit down on the bench during games. A couple of years ago, one of his assistants said, every time you come and sit here, all you do is complain about the refs, about our team. Why don't you just stand up? And he's listened, keeps him in more of a positive frame of mind. He's got nobody to complain to when he's standing by himself.
Yeah, that's another way of saying his assistants don't want him near him, which is what mine would tell me too. They didn't want to be near me, believe me.
Beverly with the big block.
But I didn't stand up because I was listening to them. Believe me that too.
Yeah, I got a feeling you weren't listening.
I'll tell you, Diego Bernard, that's good defense. But you know, you never know. You can get a charge there. A block in a second.
And a block is called again on Northwest Missouri State.
The personal foul, Northwest Missouri State.
Here's the Beverly block on the other end, swatting Bernard. And then the 6th team foul is called on the Bearcats. No fouls this half on Pointe Loma.
And the first half, we didn't have a whole lot of whistles. We got a bunch going on now.
The 5th team foul on the Bearcats, so 5-0 in the foul department this half. As Beverly misses the first free throw. He has really struggled from the line, especially in the NCAA tournament, shooting below 50% and just 60% on the season. Transfer from Montana State Billings. Misses both.
Yeah, he's not a good free throw shooter.
He was 4 of 10 Thursday night against Southern Indiana. Wittes on the attack, and a foul is called on the floor before the shot.
Wittes is really good at going to the basket. Not just a catch and shoot guy.
First foul of the half on the Sea Lions, and the second personal on Beverly. Thomas and Wittes, 2 All-Americans, right on top of each other in the middle of that scrum. And they immediately call a foul on Thomas. And he's saying, what did I do? That's his second.
You take a look right here.
Wittes right at Hamas again. And a foul is called on Hamas, his third.
Number 34, Dalton Hamas, his third personal, the team's third. 2 free throws.
I just don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see a foul.
He's saying he used his elbow.
I mean, I'm flabbergasted. Now this kid's got 3. He's got to come out, and he is coming out.
Look how hot Ryan Mooney is. 2 fouls on Hamas in 7 seconds. And 3 fouls this trip on Pointe Loma. And he will come out with 14-17 to go.
I think that's a good move. I will tell you this, if this thing goes up to 7, he'll be back in. But I agree, take him out and try and see what happens for the next couple of minutes.
So the D2 Player of the Year 6 with his team down by 4.
They got to get it inside. That's their game. Satterweight in the lane.
Nelson 3 is well short. Satterweight could not track down the offensive board.
And he could have thrown that inside. They're getting away from the paint a little bit now.
Wittes had an open look, instead passes. Bernard out to Hawkins, he'll launch. Satterweight on his back, and he gets the rebound. And they're going to say a tie-up with the possession arrow favoring Northwest. How about this rebound by Satterweight?
Snatched it from the floor.
13 all-conference. And Bernard will inbound.
I think Pointe Loma has to start going back into the paint like they did earlier. First 2 possessions of the half, they went into Satterweight and Beverly. They got to go back to doing that, especially with their best 3-point shooter on the bench.
Hudgens surveying the scene. Now he'll drive in. A lot of contact and a blocking foul is called. That's going to go on Brock McKenzie, the freshman.
The personal foul, Pointe Loma, number 12, Brock McKenzie.
Well, he goes to his left hand. He's really tough. That is definitely a blocking foul.
2 free throws. Northwest Missouri State.
So Hudgens will shoot 2. He's 2 of 2 from the line today. And for the NCAA tournament, he's 23 out of 25. Earlier this year, he made 36 straight free throws, which was a school record. Tremendous redshirt freshman. Last year he redshirted because the point guard for the Bearcats, Justin Pitts, is one of the best players in school history. He's now currently playing professionally in Spain. But Trevor telling us earlier this week just how important it was to learn against Pitts in practice every day. Even though he couldn't play in the games, he would go one-on-one with Pitts in practice. Said he taught me all the small things, especially defensively. I asked him a lot of questions, and it certainly paid off. Hudgens is a tremendous freshman, conference freshman of the year.
This is a good move because Wittes has 3 fouls. You got to take it.
Beverly turnaround off the glass for 2.
Just keep going in there, going in there. Whoever Wittes is guarding in the low post, whether it's Satterway or Beverly, just go at it.
6 straight field goals made by Preston Beverly.
Got to keep this kid away from that left hand.
Shot clock at 5. Wittes tied up inside. Oh, and they call a foul. That looked like a tie-up.
You know what? Beverly stuck that arm in when he really didn't have to. They had him right there, bottled up. He was going nowhere, and Beverly allows himself to have a foul call when he does that. Didn't need to do that.
But they called it on Summers.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's...
My repping is rule off today for some reason.
Pointe Loma has been called for 5 fouls in the last 1 minute and 47 seconds. Wittes D3 won't go, but Hawkins tracks it down. 9th rebound today for Ryan Hawkins. Only has 3 points, but he's made a difference on the glass.
I'll tell you, the pace of this game has not been a surprise. These are 2 of the slowest playing teams in Division II.
Wittes with those 3 fouls could not connect. Satterway with the rebound inside. 1 possession game inside 12 to go.
Pretty simple what they should do.
And Bernard called for the foul. That's team foul number 6 on the Bearcats. Timeout. 3-point game on CBS. Back in Evansville with our game summary. As you see, points in the paint continue to pile up for Pointe Loma. 28 of their 40 points have come inside. And Dalton Hamas is back on the floor with 3 fouls.
And I think that's a good move for Coach Looney right now. He got to the under 12. He's down 3. He's only got 3. Doesn't have 4. Bring him back in.
He sat for 2.5 minutes when he went out. They were down by 4. He comes back in. They're down by 3.
I think that's good coaching.
And a travel. And turnover by Pointe Loma. That's their 10th today.
And the reason why Satterway traveled there was because he was trying to get it to Hamas, and Finley did a great job of denying Hamas the ball. Satterway travels.
Hudgens bounces it. Finley inside. Hands off Hawkins. Missed it. And the rebound to Beverly. Let's check in with Jenny Dell.
Coach McCollum telling his guys, get their spacing right. He also said, pass it around a bit. There's no rush, no need to make shots right away. Guys, the players telling each other to keep up intensity.
Yeah, I mean, patience is a virtue. That's how they play.
Beverly's made 6 in a row. And that streak stops there. Out of bounds to Northwest Missouri State.
Yeah, he forced that one. That's one, and you know, Beverly and Satterway are very good passers. We talked about this earlier. They're number 1 in the nation in scoring points after a pass into the post when it's passed out. So kicking it out of the post is a big part of their offense.
Wittes over to Hudgens. Back out Wittes. He'll take a deep 3. Rebound to Welty. Missed the putback. The tip and 1. It's Hawkins.
The personal foul, number 23, is
Great work on the glass against a team that's one of the best rebounding teams in the nation.
Last 3 games in the NCAA tournament, Hawkins has averaged 10 rebounds per game, and he just got his 10th rebound today. And he finishes off the three-point play. You look at this Northwest Missouri State team. Hawkins is a sophomore. Hutchins and Bernard, freshmen. They're going to be good in the next couple of years.
I think they got to get Hamas in the low post or Beverly.
Here's Beverly. Over to Hamas. Back to Beverly. Those two having a catch. Hamas will take a 3. And the ball is corralled by Wittes.
I got to say, they've had an undersized guy on Hamas all day, and they've made it very difficult for him. He cannot get a clean look. 1 3-point shot in the whole game. That is part of the game plan. They're doing it.
Midway through the second half of the Division II National Championship game here on CBS. 5 to shoot. Hutchins at the free throw line, lost it, has to put it up. And he does at the horn! They're gonna check to make sure that was not a shot clock violation.
I think he got it off, but they're allowed to look at shot clock violations when the basket is made.
Previous play is under further review.
I think he did, and this will give Northwest Missouri State its largest lead of the game. Up by 8, 9:41 to go.
Give Northwest Missouri State their credit. Their half-court defense has been really good in this second half. Yeah, I think he got it off.
They can look because the basket is good, like you said, Coach. They're still looking, though.
Yeah, I think that's a good rule. You don't want to look at every shot clock violation, but when the ball goes in, you need to look at it. I think he just barely got it off, but I think it's good.
Northwest Missouri State trying to become just the 5th Division II team to complete a perfect season and punctuate it with the D2 title. Hasn't happened in 10 years. When Findlay did it in 2009, also Fort Hays State in '96, CSU Bakersfield in '93, and Evansville did it back in 1965. Been a great turnout this week here in Evansville, boosted by the fact that Southern Indiana, which is located here in Evansville, made the Elite Eight, losing to Pointe Loma on Thursday night. At this point, they got to make a call.
It's a long look.
Come on.
And they called it good on the court, so if they're not sure, it's good. Let's go. It was good.
And now they apparently are looking to see if there was an elbow as well inside. And the official that came over to us said we're just looking for a shot clock violation. And now we're being told that inside they're looking.
No, I didn't see anything there. Wow. They're looking at something.
Yeah, we can talk. Yeah.
All right, Gene's territory. We hear you back in New York. What do you see here?
You know, guys, I keep rewinding to try to look for an elbow or something like that. I don't see anything, and my only assumption after that then would be that they were possibly looking to adjust the clock. But looking at the multiple replays, I really can't find anything there that they would be looking at, you know, as it relates to a flagrant one or something like that either.
Yeah, I mean,
we're with you.
Totally. And I think it was good. Gene, do you think it was good, the basket?
Yeah, I think the basket was good. Now, you know, they could review back to a previous play, maybe on the other side of the court, because it hasn't fallen into the 2 dead ball sequence. So if they have something they think they need to look at on the other end, they could have done that.
We were also reviewing a potential hook and hold on the last possession on a rebounding play.
You're right,
okay?
100%.
We have no incidental contact, no flagrant one foul.
They were looking, Gene, at a hook and hold a play ago. So you're right. About the dead ball situation, they were looking at it from the play before.
This was the play they were looking at, and they determined there was no foul.
Right there, you see it. Yes, they let go. Yep.
And the basket is good after reviewing the potential shot clock violation, so it's an 8-2 run. Pointe Loma scoreless in the last 3 minutes and 39 seconds, and now they stare at their largest deficit of the game. It's 8 points.
We talked in the open, Andrew, about the Northwest Missouri State defense. It's really, really great in the half court.
Rodriguez gets it in. Caden Anderson goes up and scores. First points of the game for the freshman.
I'll tell you, this team in the paint, it's like old-fashioned basketball. As if there's no three-point line with these guys. Everything is going inside.
28 points in the paint for Pointe Loma. They had 38 in the paint in the semis Thursday against Southern Indiana. Once again, Bearcats using a lot of shot clock. Hawkins nearly lost it, gets it back, throws it up. And the rebound is grabbed out of the air by Tanner Nelson. Thomas calling for it, guarded by the smaller Finley.
But look how far Finley pushed him out. He started out closer than that.
And a foul is called, and they're going to get Finley. And that's the 7th team foul on the Bearcats, so it'll be a 1-and-1 for an excellent free throw shooter in Dalton Hamas. Hamas with 17 points tonight, and he's 4 of 4 from the free throw line.
Shooting the free throws, number 34, Dalton Hamas.
5 NCAA tournament games, she's averaged 23 points per game. Coke is introducing new Orange Vanilla Coke, their first new taste in 12 years. And the lead is down to 4. This half, Hamas is outscoring Wittes 9-2 after Wittes got the best of Hamas back in the first half.
Pointe Loma's defense has definitely picked it up in the half court.
Here's Wittes. And we have a whistle before the shot, and Wittes grabbing his left hip. That's where he suffered the injury on Wednesday in the quarterfinals. Has looked pretty smooth today, but we did see him grab his hip there.
Yeah, that's too much contact. That is definitely a foul.
And right after that, he grabbed his hip. And a 1-and-1 now for Joey Wittes. This is the injury that Wittes suffered in the quarterfinals on Wednesday against Mercyhurst. Going to the ground hard. And he has spent a lot of time with the Northwest Missouri State training staff since that injury.
Trying to post him up again with Finley. Finley's got to be careful because this kid can shoot fouls.
That's a long 2. And he doesn't get the bounce. And out of bounds. They're saying Hawkins could not save it.
That's good defense. He's not comfortable shooting these balls. Finley is really all up in him.
8 minutes to go. And it's still Northwest Missouri State on top, trying to finish off an undefeated season. 10 years ago, Finley of Ohio sitting at 35-0 in overtime against Cal Poly Pomona, and Tyler Evans, the game winner at the buzzer. And it was Finley going a perfect 36-0, the last Division II team to go undefeated. There's the first and only 4 to do it, but Northwest Missouri State 8 minutes away from adding their name to the list. The last undefeated champion in Division I, Indiana, 1976, and in Division III, 98. was the last time they saw it happen.
And that kid on Philly, wasn't that his only basket in the game?
Basket of the game.
Talk about one basket that you'll never forget.
With our director, Mark Grant, producer, Jonathan Siegel, statistician, Ethan Cooperson, our entire crew, we thank you for joining us on CBS for the Division II National Championship game. And Dalton Hamas is going back to the free throw line as Welty picks up his third.
Both these teams are very good free throw shooting teams, especially Northwest Missouri State. But you put this kid at the line.
What a journey it's been for Dalton Hamas. He was a point guard in high school, tore his ACL his junior year, and tore it again his senior year. So he didn't play basketball for 2 years, and colleges backed off because of the knee trouble. He ended up walking on at Western Washington. He redshirted his first year as he continued to rehab, and during his rehab, he grew 8 inches from a 6-foot point guard to a 6'8" forward. 2 years at Western Washington before transferring here to Pointe Loma. Welty for three. It's good!
Ryan Welty, 3 points.
7-point game, 7.5 to go. Hamas almost leaned into Welty there. He's thinking about a three. Now he'll take it. He's not been able to get it going from the outside, and the rebound corralled by Hudgens. Hamas is 1 of 4 from beyond the arc. Hard to come back against this Bearcats team since they use so much clock. Good defensive play by Rodriguez. A scramble for it. Shot clock's at 2. Wittes deep three. Banks it in!
Joey Wittes.
Whoa!
3 points.
Joey with the three. Wow. His first field goal of the half. In the Division I tournament, the Elite Eight. This weekend, tomorrow on CBS 220, Auburn against Kentucky, followed by Duke and Michigan State. What do you got, Coach?
Well, Trevor Hudgens does a great job of getting in the lane and drawing the defense. They kick it out to Joey Wittes, the best player, but guess what? He sees his teammate is wide open, he throws it to him, and Ryan Welty is ready to knock this down. Good offense.
And a guy who knows a thing or two about basketball, Dan Dickau, tremendous guard at Gonzaga, doing the national radio broadcast. There he is. And his Gonzaga Bulldogs take on Texas Tech later tonight. Ryan Looney, the Pointe Loma head coach, grew up in Spokane. He was a big Gonzaga fan. He said that when he was a kid, they couldn't give the tickets away. Now you can't get them in Spokane. After the Pointe Loma timeout, Beverly trying to go to work, and he does, cutting it down to 8. Let's check in with Jenny Dell.
Yeah, Coach Looney telling his players that there's Bearcat players that have practically played this entire game. He said, wear them down. He said, we have 6.5 minutes left. Play as hard as you possibly can. Stay poised. Focus on one possession at a time, guys. And he did focus on getting the ball inside that time.
Bernard kicks it out. Wide open Hawkins. And he missed it.
That's a pretty good look from a really good three-point shooter.
Jenny just mentioned it. There's not been a lot from either team's bench today. In fact, Northwest's 3 starters of their 5 have played the entire game. Rodriguez gets it back.
Great closeout on Hamas.
And he launches for 3. It's short. Rodriguez offensive board. In the corner. Okonin, no. And in the corner, Hawkins lets it go out of bounds. So a couple of good looks there for Pointe Loma. They only have 2 3-pointers today. They're 2 for 12.
You know, you can look at Hamas. He has 21 points in this game, but I think the defense by Northwest Missouri State on him has been spectacular because he only has 1 3-point shot. They took away, so far, the main part of his game and making him do something else. He's a good player, so he's able to do something else, but not the stuff that really kills him.
Sea Lions He's 0 for 5 this half from deep. Wittes again. He's got 24 points. That's his 4th three.
Now this kid has really shown us a wide array of things that he can do.
Final 5 minutes in Evansville. Thomas, and that's good. It stops a streak where he had missed 4 consecutive shots.
Tough shot. He got a lot of lift on that one. You could see when he let it go. From our perspective, I knew that one was going to go in. Other ones have been short. He had lift on that one.
Bernard wasted no time, and Satterwhite got a hand on it. 8-point game.
I think they need to play a little bit faster now. Down 8. See what you can get in transition. Welty all over Thomas.
Beverly driving. Beverly off glass. No, too strong. Hawkins with his 11th rebound.
Yeah, that was not a good set by Pointe Loma.
Pointe Loma, 2 timeouts remaining. Northwest Missouri State has 3. This is the problem, trying to come back against this team. They're going to take that shot clock down.
I think it's a little early to do this. I don't mind them taking the shot clock down, but trying to score for the walk. Right now, they're just standing outside. See, I don't like this offense.
Hutchins 3 won't go. Halfway down and out.
Why play offense for 5 seconds? Play offense for the whole shot clock, but take the time.
Welty right on Thomas again. He feeds Beverly. 3.5 to go.
Wittes doing a great job.
Beverly turn around and he's fouled with 3:20 on the clock. Can Pointe Loma come back, or will Northwest win its 2nd title in the last 3 years? A look at our game reset. Northwest leads by 8. Possession arrow favors Pointe Loma. Joey Wittes just picked up his 4th foul, but he has 24 today for the Bearcats.
Well, he's been terrific in this game, showing his whole range of things that he can do. Shooting through, obviously, he threw up a flyer there that he banked it, but shooting threes, getting in the lane, getting to the free throw line. This kid can do a lot of good things.
He scored 8 points in the last 5 minutes. And now it's Beverly at the free throw line. And as we mentioned earlier, he has really struggled at the free throw line on the season, especially of late. 4 of 10 on Thursday night, 0 for 2 today.
I can see keeping Wittes in because they're going to go on offense now. But you have to really think about getting this guy out if there's a dead ball when they're on defense. This kid has really struggled from the line.
1 out of 4 today for the senior Beverly. It's a 7-point game with 3:20 to go.
The one thing Wittes can't do is get a charging call.
He's got the ball here, guarded by Beverly. Wittes finds Hawkins for 3. And the rebound to Thomas.
I would go right at Wittes. He's guarding Beverly, who's a post player. Get him down on the box, not out there. There he is. Now they switched it.
Hawkins now guarding Beverly. And Hutchins gets a hand on it to knock it out of bounds. Shot clock at 13.
I think it's a good time. I think get Wittes out of here for this possession. They're going to go right into Satterwhite. I don't know why they're not showing it that Wittes is guarding Satterwhite.
Shot clock's at 5. Thomas leans into a deep 3. Tried to bank it in, no good. Tipped around, Beverly grabs it. 2:30 to play. Ryan Looney calling out a play from the Pointe Loma bench. Thomas guarded by Wittes. Over to Rodriguez. Had an open 3. Now takes a contested one. Misses it. Satterwhite the offensive board. And a foul. is called on Northwest with 2:13 to go.
Northwest Missouri State has done a great job the whole game of playing them even on the glass, but this possession here, Pointe Loma showing why they're one of the best rebounding teams in the country, really getting on the offensive backboard.
This trip has taken 50 seconds for Pointe Loma, and Satterwhite misses the free throw. Pointe Loma is 9 of 14 from the free throw line today. Keep in mind, Northwest Missouri State as a team shoots 78% from the free throw line, and in the NCAA tournament they've shot 86%. So they're a tough team to send to the line.
And the best thing is to have a point guard like this who made 36 in a row one point. Now I would definitely hold it out. At this point, up 7, 2 minutes to go. Now you pull it out. And run the pick and roll with this kid at the end of the shot clock, like right now.
Wittes, jumper, too strong, and the rebound grabbed by Rodriguez. He wants a timeout. Stopping the clock with 1:42 to go. That leaves Pointe Loma with 1 timeout the rest of the way. In the last 3 minutes and 10 seconds, only 1 point has been scored. And what's interesting down the stretch, Steve, is that these teams are so good, they haven't played in a lot of close games this year. In fact, both teams have played in only 3 games decided by 3 points or less. Both teams undefeated. Obviously, Bearcats undefeated on the year. But now in crunch time, let's see how they perform.
That's a great point, Andrew, and you're not used to being in these situations. It's not the same as practice. This is a championship game. You got to think they're going to go inside. Pointe Loma.
They get it to Hamas. And a foul called on Ryan Welty. That'll stop the clock and send Hamas to the free throw line, where he's 8 of 8 today. 4th foul on Welty.
I think in this situation, you got to start guarding him a little bit different. I'm not saying give him the 3, but you don't want to put this kid at the line. That's a double whammy. You put him at the line, he makes 2, and the clock stops. At least get the clock to keep going.
Hamas is 9 of 9 from the line, and the rest of his teammates are a combined 1 for 7.
They don't have to foul. They just got to play solid defense now. And you know it's going to be a pick and roll of some kind, and you got to keep Hudgens from going left.
Wittes. Now Hawkins drives in. Hey, connects. Ryan Hawkins with a clutch bucket.
Good patient offense there.
Offensive foul called on Hamas. Take another look.
No way. I mean, that's a tough call. Wow. And now Pointe Loma has to foul. You're down 7. If you let the clock go, there's only 33 seconds left and you're down 7. You can't do that. Got to foul.
And with 1:03 to go, Ryan Looney takes Hamas out with 4 fouls. For the defensive possession, I get, but there's only a minute to go.
But they're going to foul. I mean, the clock's going to stop right now, or at least it should. You can't let these guys play this out. Now, obviously, Huggy's a tremendous free throw shooter and with us, but you still have to foul. I don't understand this. You're going to leave yourself down 7 at least?
If you're going to take Hamas out, then you got to foul.
Got to foul.
Hudgens missed it. And now you don't have Hamas on the offensive end, who's the Division II Player of the Year.
Yeah, I don't like that move at all.
Rodriguez to the ground, out of bounds. It'll stay with Pointe Loma, and now Hamas will come back in with 30 seconds to go.
And why wouldn't they use their last timeout there to get him into the game? You got 1 timeout left. You got to get him back in the game.
And now they call their final timeout with 30.8 to go. Pointe Loma has called its final timeout. They trail by 7. It is their ball, and if there is a tie-up, the possession arrow also favors the Sea Lions. And what are they looking for here, Coach?
You know, obviously, they'd like to get a 3, but that hasn't been really there the whole game. So get it inside and get a quick 2 out of it. You have no timeouts left. Set up your pressure and foul, which I thought they should have done 30 seconds ago, to be honest with you. I mean, look, put it this way. They were down 7 with a minute to go. Now they're down 7 with 30 seconds to go. They lost 30 seconds.
They've only hit 3 threes today. They're 3 out of 15 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, I mean, ideally right now, yeah, if they can get a 3, better, or a good 3. But otherwise, a quick 2 will do the trick. And then foul and hope these guys that shoot 79% as a team miss. But you saw what they did the last possession, Andrew. Wittes and Hudgens were the only guys handling the ball that whole possession.
Yeah. And Wittes 85% from the line, Hudgens 83% on the season. Pointe Loma has missed 9 of its last 10 3-point shot attempts. They added a few tenths. It's now 31.2 to go.
They're going to run a screen in for Satterwhite and try to throw it to him in the block after he sets the screen. That's what it looks like to me.
Nelson couldn't get it to Hamas. Now Rodriguez, he'll launch for 3. No good. Satterwhite is grabbing his left ankle. And a foul is called on the rebound. And this one's going to go on Northwest Missouri State. Satterwhite's in some pain.
The personal foul. Pointe Loma.
They didn't take a good shot there.
They call it on Satterwhite. It looked like the foul was on the Bearcats.
Watch Satterwhite there. I mean, is that a foul?
How is that a foul?
I don't know.
And he got hurt. He's going to stay in the game.
1 and the bonus. Pointe, Northwest Missouri.
So Satterwhite is called for the foul. It sends Hawkins to the free throw line. He's only 92% on the season. This is an excellent free throw shooting team. Today, Northwest Missouri State is 13 of 15. And in the NCAA tournament, they've shot 86%.
I mean, this kid's missed 5 free throws all year. 63 out of 68. But I didn't see the foul. Did you?
No.
I don't want to make it seem like I'm the only one who's like, you got to join the party. Oh, missed. Wow. Get it quick.
Some hope for Pointe Loma. Don't foul. Hamas for 3. Short. Bernard.
They got a foul
gets the rebound. And there's the foul. And they can start to taste it on the Bearcat side.
The personal foul. Pointe Loma, number 1. The third personal. The team's 10 substitution for a second common foul for the rest of the game.
I mean, undefeated is undefeated. That's some, it's not over yet, but that will be some accomplishment. Now you just don't want to foul.
Bernard 2 for 2. 13 seconds to go. Rodriguez able to score, stopping the clock with 8 seconds left. Wittes to Hawkins and a foul by Satterwhite with 7.5 to play.
The personal foul, Pointe Loma, number 23.
Ben McCullum is about to go over the last 3 years, 105. 100 wins, 5 losses, on the verge of his 2nd national title in the last 3 years. He's a guy, there's 2 shots, that was reluctant to get into coaching, had a job lined up in banking. But he told us yesterday, I felt like my objective in life was to make a difference in someone's life. Couldn't do that in banking. So he decided to coach, now his 10th season as head coach and about to win his 2nd national title.
What a job he's done. Tremendous coach.
Rodriguez all the way for two.
Josh Rodriguez.
They get it in. And a foul with .9.
Why would you foul in that situation?
Personal foul. Loma, number 20.
The game is over.
This first personal.
I don't know why you would even do that.
Pointe Loma with a great year. 31 wins. All the way to the national championship game. Ryan Looney in just his third season.
Hawkins might miss as many foul shots today as he missed all year.
Not just today, in the last minute. And Northwest Missouri State wins its second title in the last 3 years. A perfect season. 38-0. Just the 5th team to go undefeated in Division II.
What a terrific team they are. Both ends. Their defense really took them to this title here in the Elite Eight.
The 38 victories tie the Division II record for most wins in the season. It was set last year by the national champion Ferris State, matched by Northwest Missouri State, and Jenny is with Ben McCullum.
All right, Coach, second national title in 3 years. Can you put into words what this moment means to you?
Yeah, I mean, no. I mean, it's these kids, you know, early in the season we had lost so many starters. Felt like they were doubted, and they played with a chip on their shoulder all season. And to go undefeated, to starting 2 freshmen and a sophomore is unreal. I mean, these kids are awesome, and it's all them. It's all them. I just get to enjoy it.
You mentioned it right there. You are only the 5th Division II program to ever go undefeated. Did you envision this at the start of the year?
No, especially after our first scrimmage. We were so bad in that one. Then all of a sudden we turned it around, started playing more guards, and you know, the rest is history.
Who would you like to dedicate this season and this victory to?
Well, not dedicated, but I would like to say hi to my grandma Bennis, who watches every single game, and she probably was stressed out at this one.
Congratulations, Coach. Go celebrate with your team.
Thank you.
Grandma smiling right now as Northwest Missouri State wins 64-58. Tonight on CBS begins with Ransom, followed by $1 Million Mile, and then an all-new edition of 48 Hours. For Steve Lapis, Jenny Dell, and our entire crew, I'm Andrew Catalan saying so long from Evansville, Indiana. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports.
If that's Andrew's phone, do you have any idea?
What a day here. Check, check. What a day here in Evansville. A big round of applause for our national champions. I would like to introduce John Mark Hall. He's the chair of the NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Committee, and you have a trophy to hand out, don't you?
I do. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure and honor on behalf of the Division II Men's Basketball Committee to present the 2019 Men's Basketball Division II National Championship Trophy to Northwest Missouri State University.
Hey, Coach. Hey, Coach. Real quick, Coach. You got a lot of fans in the crowd here. Do you have a message you'd like to tell all the Bearcat fans out there?
You know, it didn't surprise me that literally everybody in the town of Maryville came out to support us. They travel everywhere with us. We've got the best fans in Division II by far and away, and we needed every bit of them today to be able to win this national title. So we appreciate everybody coming out.
Congratulations to you all.